Morning, blessed love. I'm just about finishing my morning walk. I walk up and down the side of the house in the mornings for movement medicine. Yeah, I'm just about finished doing that, and I'm going to be doing a foot soak right after. I'm going to show you that now. As soon as I reach down there, I'm going to show you what the foot soak looks like. Morning, morning. So stick around today. I'm going to share a story with you, and I'm also going to be answering some questions and concerns on comments that I saw on videos that I posted. So let me show you my let me turn this. Right, so this is what's in the water: leaf of life, cinnamon leaves, lime leaves, and I also added some Epsom salt. I'm gonna add some water to it because it's very hot. I poured the hot water in there, so I'm adding some room temperature water to it, and then I'm going to be soaking my feet. All right, so as I said, I just finished walking, so now I'm gonna be soaking my feet as part of my radical self-love, one of my self-love activities. Ooh, ooh. All right, let me show you what that looks like. So yeah, lime leaves, leaf of life, cinnamon, and Epsom salt. But you don't have, this is what I have. So you can use the herbs that you have. You can, all you have to do is go on Google. If you have plants growing around your house and you don't know their medicinal value, you just go on YouTube. Not YouTube. Well, you can go on YouTube too, but go on Google, put there's a image thing that looks maybe like a camera. Click on that, you put it over the leaf or whatever it is that you, the flower, whatever it is that you want to know about, and you do that, and it will give you the name of the plant, the use, the benefit, all of that. You get all the information on that plant, and you see if that's something you want to add to your foot soak. Outside of that, if you not have no leaf at all where you live, no herb, and I doubt that everywhere grow at least one or two plants or trees. If you have none though, then you can always just use the hot water. Epsom salt, if you have any, you can add a little bit to the water as well. But the just putting your foot in warm water, hot water alone will also help. And when I say hot water, don't burn off your foot, right? It has to be water, though hot or warm. It has to be manageable, as hot as it can be without burning your skin, without damaging you, right? And the foot, the feet are the acupoints to most, if not all, of the organs. So um, let me let me read something. So that's why we focus on foot soaking as well. You should do your hands as well, but you can do your hands as well, but I do the feet. So I am going to read something. All right. So what's the benefits? It stimulates acupoints for heart, brain, kidneys, lungs, liver, spleen, and reproductive organs. Soaking calms the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic system. So yeah, it's a good self-care, self-love activity. That's good for your wellness. So do it if you can. All right, what should I talk about? What story should I tell you all today? Remember, I'm going to tell a story first, and then after that, I am going to go through comments and concerns that you have that you have commented on the page, on my videos, and I will respond to as many as I can in the time frame that I have with you all today. So morning, 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 morning. In fact, let me start with the thing. Normally, I'm on TikTok first, and then I come over to you. Remember, normally, is this my third day on YouTube live in the morning? Normally I do TikTok first. I did not do TikTok this morning. I'm straight over here on YouTube. So I think I'm a bit early, but yeah, sometimes I'll be a bit earlier than usual. All right. So what was I saying that I was going to do? What was I going to do? Oh, the story. The story. And the story, and then answering concerns. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just typing something in here. It's my time, it's my place, it's my destiny. No one can take away what was meant for me. All right, radicals. We love share story, whether mine or that of others that I've come across, because they tend to have life lessons in them. They tend to have insights, gems, you know. So tips, hacks, yeah. So I'm gonna share a story of when I was in high school. When I was in high school, we had an exam, a test. We had a test, and it was a literature test. And how it stays that after, so time is finished, and the teacher is collecting the paper. So everybody is going towards the teacher to give the teacher the work. So, because everybody is going to the teacher now, there's a particular question on it that I was not sure about. So I wrote the answer that I really felt that I, thought it was, and then I wrote another answer on it. So when I went, so when I was, everybody was bomb rushing the teacher. I was like to somebody, what you have for that answer? And them said, and I asked somebody else, and they said the same thing. So then, because the teacher is distracted, basically, I say to the teacher, is what's the let's say it's number 5. And I told her my answer, not what they say. I said, could this be the answer for number 5? Because remember, she's collecting now, so there's no, she probably is distracted, and because she's collecting, she's able to say yes or no or whatever. So I said, could this be the answer for that question? And she says no, right? So I hurriedly cross out that answer that I had and left the answer that was there, because I did 2 answers, and I crossed out the one that she said no, which was my answer. I crossed that out because she said that that's not the answer. No. I gave her my paper and everything. She collects the paper. She marks the paper. One day, she sees me, and she says, she says, before, I guess, I'm not sure if it's before she marked or after she marked, but she sees me and she says, that answer that you gave could is right as well. So, and I don't remember if she said right as well or is right, because remember, the second answer I got from the other persons, right? So she said that answer is right, and that taught me a lesson, right? Because I changed my answer to what most persons had. And I even changed my answer because of what she said, that it was wrong. Remember, it's not a science exam or a math exam where you're either wrong or right. It's literature, right? So it was not one of those questions where um, that is a factual question. Like, for example, what is the name of the boy in the story? Where there's one name, so it has to be. It's more like, I think it was a poetry exam. So it's your interpretation of something and what you get from it, right? However, in all her years of teaching literature, one, she obviously have the answers that she believe is the answer. But in all her years of teaching literature, no other student had ever thought of that answer. So that's why immediately she said no. Because one, she didn't get to think about it. So she said no. And two, in all her years, nobody else has ever thought that that could have been a possible answer. And this is an excellent literature teacher, I may add. So she says, I thought about it and that answer is correct. I say, it bothered me for me say, I learned such a lesson from that. I learned such a lesson from that experience, because if I actually believed that this could have been an answer because it is my interpretation, then it was my responsibility. Yes, when she marked the paper and whatever, it was my responsibility to go to her and say, Miss, this can be an answer. It was my responsibility to trust myself, to defend my thoughts. Yeah, that was my responsibility to do. And I think so many times, whether as parents, as aunts, as adults, we focus so much on having children get a certain grade, or um, get a certain grade, or if they're in a school system that places them according to their grade, so you come first, second, third, fourth, they are so concerned with the marks than they are about the learning and about the values that school and the curriculum should actually teach you. So it was my responsibility to not to use fear and cross out my answer, because I rather be right than to defend myself, yeah? And to say this is it. Even if it ended up that it was wrong, I gave an answer based on teaching critical thinking, as opposed to being afraid to be wrong, being afraid not to get um, to get the right answer, right? So that taught me, I tell you, said that teach me a lesson, man, to trust myself, to defend my thoughts, and also that teachers don't know everything. They're humans just like us. So you'll bring an information, or you'll say something, you'll bring a perspective that they have never thought about. So we have to trust ourselves, defend our thoughts, and to understand that nobody, including ourselves, knows everything. So we have to be a constant student of life. And I'm grateful for the teacher one for sitting down and actually thinking about it, and saying, this could actually be an answer for true. Unfortunately for me, I had already crossed out that. Instead of even leaving it, I crossed it out. And I put an answer that other persons have that ended up being wrong. It ended up being wrong because I didn't ask the teacher what was the answer. I asked her if the answer that I had was correct. So as soon as she said no, I asked people around me what they had, and I wrote what they had. Or I don't remember if it's been years. I've been in high school years ago, right? So either I had put two answers on the paper, or I had asked persons around me what they had, and they basically had the same thing. So I wrote that and ended up getting that wrong when my answer was correct. And the only time somebody had ever thought about that in my teacher's years of teaching literature. So yeah, I'm leaving that word with you today in this story element. So trust yourself, trust your inner wisdom, because it's not something when we read about, it's something from inside that came to me, that could have been, that's what I got from it. Yeah. So trust yourself, trust your, oh, morning, morning, morning. So trust yourself, trust, defend your thoughts, defend your thoughts, and understand that no matter how somebody is in an authority position, no matter how they are the ones teaching you, no matter how you see them as, oh, this person is so brilliant, nobody knows everything. Yeah. And even if you share something that end up not being real, be bold enough to share it. Don't make, because if you get wrong or right or whatever, be bold enough to share it. And I think you learn the lesson even more when you go through, you thought about something, you defended your thoughts, and it ended. I think the curriculum and the life lesson that, and what you are, what you build, the character that you build, the value that you build is more important, really. Because school make you think that is the schoolwork, yes or no answer, A, B, C, D, and you just follow one thing, critically analyze, and defend your thoughts where necessary, even if it end up that they don't go with your perspective. Yeah. So yeah. So if I were building a curriculum, it would allow persons to concentrate more on the building of certain values, principles, and character than, if them get 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 11. Because listen, enough people can SWOT, enough people can have information and do not know what to do with it. Them don't know what to do with it. Them don't know how to use the information to create, innovate, solve problems. They don't know how to do that. Them just know the information. Them just know that the information, but them don't know what to do with the information. So I think that is a critical element of that should be in the school curriculum. The focus on more of what you do with the information and how you come up with the information on your own, how you analyze, how you are a critical thinker, that sort of thing. So that was a life lesson that I learned in high school, and I wanted to share. And I want to use these lives as an opportunity to share, as I say, certain life lessons through stories and experiences that I have had personally or indirectly, in terms of I know somebody who has had an experience that I believe carries a valuable life lesson. So yes. Again, as you if you are watching here, once I repost this on the YouTube, please do leave a comment, because the comments you leave here will disappear once the live is over. So please do leave a comment after I repost this today. Morning, blessed love to everybody who blessed love, blessed love. Also, if you know, the writing on the screen is too small for me to read as well. So if that's so one of the things while the live is going on, so that's what one of the reasons I really want you to leave a comment after I post the live as well, because I am able to see those better, because those are bigger. Those comments are bigger than the writing on the screen right now. So yeah, if you're just joining and you missed the story, watch the repost when I upload it to YouTube. And then now I'm going to go through the comments and answer any questions that you all left. I want to answer questions that you left. So let me check. All right. Okay, so this one says, you see me squinting my eye. This question I answered something similar yesterday. This question came yesterday. It says, what supplements do you take? I do not take any currently. I don't take any supplements. So that's one question answered. Other question is all right. What's this? It's so hard to read. All right. Somebody says, be careful. I had a video where I was eating star fruit, and somebody says, be careful with star fruit. It is bad for liver and kidneys. I have no evidence to that. So it is a fruit, so I would believe that it has benefits to the body. So I would have to do research on that, critical thinking research on that, because you find whatever you lean towards, if you're looking for something to validate your own beliefs, you will find that information. Anything that you believe and you're looking to validate, you can find that information on the internet. So when you go, so they call it what they call it is it in where you clear your thoughts of your beliefs when you're doing these researches, and you go with a critical mind. Yeah, so what you look for, where them teach you how to argue in terms of what is the for and what is the against. So you look for all, not just for what to support what your belief is. So I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I can't say other than the fact that I know that fruits are good for us, generally speaking. Yeah. Outside of that, I would have to check to see if what you're saying makes any sense, or is factual at all. All right, next question or concern. This is not a question or concern, but this person was just saying this was great to watch in terms of the farm tour. I love learning about fruits and plants. So that's, thank you for sharing that. All right. All right. Going through, some are not things that I need to share, so that's why I'm scrolling through. Or somebody said, can you print a list of what you got at the farm? So I actually have a video where I did an unboxing or unbagging of what I brought home from the farm. So that video will be posted. I had done it. I have a lot of footage in my phone of things that I've done. So just trying to be able to put everything out. So I will share a video of my vegetable haul of what I got from the farm. So you can look out for that. All right. I think the other questions are questions that I've answered already. But so that is it for today. Again, remember the principle or lesson for this morning, the life lesson is trust yourself, defend your thoughts, and understand that the teacher doesn't always know everything, but in a general sense, no one knows everything. So when you, no matter what position they're in, even if they're your professor or they are the expert in a situation, you may bring a perspective or a knowledge or an idea that they never thought about, or nobody around them has ever shared that with them. So be bold enough to share. What's the worst that could happen? That they say no, not go so. And so what will happen if they say that? Are you gonna die? So yeah, so share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. Defend them. Um, because what's greater than inner wisdom? Something that came forth from you. Yeah, it came forth from you. So if you missed the story this morning, you can watch this live after I repost it. And if you are just joining me, just let me just show you that I'm doing my foot soak. Oh, my finger is in the way. I'm doing my foot soak, and if you can do one daily, do it. If you can't do it daily, do it as often as you can, whether it's even if it's once a week, once every 2 weeks. Do it as often as you can, but daily works just as fine. So again, this has cinnamon, leaf of life, lime leaves, and Epsom salt, but you can use whatever leaves, herbs that you have. But of course, do your research, do your Google research to see what leaves they are and what benefits they have, to see if it's something that you want. Because remember, some leaves, some herbs are natural. What do you call it? Some herbs are for is a natural. What do you call that thing when you don't want to get contraceptive? So if you want to get pregnant, you should be drinking or doing some herbs are for that natural contraceptive. So read up on the herbs that yeah. So you're not be doing something to prevent something or to whatever that you yeah. Yeah, so yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm not sure if I will go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I won't, but I'll be going on a road trip tomorrow. Um, Scout, experiencing the parish for myself, but also doing a little bit of scouting as well for things to do and places to stay for the Radical Self-Love Retreat, which I will be hosting in 2026. So wherever you are in the world, this is for you. This one is not for the Jamaicans. This one is for you if you don't live in Jamaica. Even if you're a Jamaican that don't live in Jamaica, right? This one is for you if you want to. It's a radical self-love retreat. It says investment in yourself to relax, rejuvenate, explore the beauty of Jamaica, to eat fruits, yeah, and just to prioritize your self-care, your self-love. So you want to be around like-minded individuals who prioritize wellness, prioritize self-love, prioritize self-care, or who wants to do that. And the Radical Self-Love Retreat in the Paradise Island of Jamaica will be an investment that you should make. So look out for that. Yeah, start saving. All right. So tomorrow morning, as I said, I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow because of it's an early morning thing. So unless I'm going to either come on earlier or while hmm, I'm not sure how it would work because I wouldn't want to go live while I'm on the bus coming over. So I'll figure it out. Even if it's to come on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll try to do that because I committed to coming live every morning. So I'll see how I can fit it in. Fit it in if it's, even if I have to come on live earlier. So there you have it. This is the end of today's live, the morning vibes, where I share a story with a life lesson and also answer comments that or respond to comments that you make on the videos that I post. So keep commenting, keep sharing your questions, your concerns, even your positive words. Love the positive words, the encouragement as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Blessed love. Blessed love. And remember to do something for yourself that shows that you love yourself. Cool? Cool?